We are live now. Okay, good luck.
You. Hello, I'm Ryo Takahashi from Japan. I'd like to start a lecture from today. So I'd like to introduce first about this university. So I'd like to share with you International Leadership University. Internship University is a long-leading virtual education system and a global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well reputed in delivering innovating programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young leaders of the globe. IIU is metaphorizing that the conventional education system by cutting down the adding costs and providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses and internships to their e-learners across the globe. With the help of its 1,000 plus global educators. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Pierce Panders, sir. So we'll meet first time and we'd like to introduce the contents of this subject and myself. This topic is that the health issue, global health issue. So first time, I'd like to introduce with you what is Japan. So I'd like you to see about Japan. How many people have been visit to Japan? I'd like to know. Do you know? Konnichiwa. Ohayo gozaimasu. This is a greeting in Japanese. So we'll meet first time. Hello mean konnichiwa in Japanese. This is the history of Japan according to Regent Emperor Jimmu, grandson of Amaterasu, founded a kingdom in central Japan in 660 BC, beginning a continuous emperor line. Japan first appears in written history in the Chinese Book of Han, completed in 111 AD. Buddhism was introduced to Japan from Baeki in 552. But that the development of Japanese Buddhism was primarily influenced by China. Despite early resistance, Buddhism was prompted by the ruling class, including figures like Prince Shotoku, and gained widespread acceptance beginning in the Asuka period. This is the history of Japan. And next slide showing the Zen school of Buddhism was introduced from China in the Kamakura period and became popular among the samurai class. The Kamakura shogun repelled Mongol invasion in 1274 and 1281, but was eventually overthrown by Emperor Go-Daigo. Go-Daigo was defeated by Ashikaga Takauji in 1336, beginning the Muromachi period. The succeeding Ashikaga shogunate failed to control the feudal warlords, and civil war began in 1467, opening the century-long Sengoku period. So this is a history, but my topic is related to health. So what do you think about the health? The most influential things is education. What we are here to be educated or to educate as a teacher or as a man. In Japan, you can Googling this terminology, Ashikaga School, that was located in Tochigi Prefecture, Ashikaga City now. So Japan oldest standing academic building, it is located in the city of Ashikaga, Tochigi Prefecture, about 70 kilometers north of Tokyo. It was designated a National Historic Site of Japan in 1928. It was in decline in the early Muromachi period, but in 1432, Uesugi Norizane became the lord of Ashikaga and worked hard to revive it, inviting Kaigen, a monk of Engakuji Temple in Kamakura, to Noka. So you can read this expression about school. The point is, how many teachers were there in this school? Because this is a first recognized, I would say, like a university. More than 30 students came to this school for learning from north to south. So how many teachers were there? You can just type in the chat, just number. 100 teachers, 50 teachers, 30 teachers. Answer is only one teacher. How it is done. And the school curriculum, what do you think? Did they have a lot of program or simplified? It depends on what you want to learn in Ashikaga school. That means you have to have a question yourself. Then you have to search the topic you raised. You have to study yourself. Then, at the beginning of the school, questioning to teacher. And then they write a message, and then schooling put on that tree. Then answer was put in next day to the tree. So one student was wondering how many teachers, how did they give answer? Actually, one teacher was preparing many answers for them, each by each. And the hidden student saw that, oh, many answers he has to prepare for us. I have to study more by ourselves rather than asking questions to many things. So they decided more study themselves, then really don't know question, only they put in that tree for expecting answer. So that is a way of learning. Instead of teacher giving you a lot of answers, you can get answer by yourself, by your searching. So this is a principle of learning and teaching as well. So from now, since this is not possible for communicate online immediately, like we do in Zoom, but it was on the Facebook as well. So you won't be able to communicate immediately, but after a reading or some feeling, you may be able to remain on the screen so that I can read after what question, what do you think? I can learn from you as well. So this is a way to learn each other. You are teachers as well. I'm not only teach. So you have to teach me to grow. So this is a way of learning system start from Ashikaga School. So next slide. I talk to you the question, teacher, what kind of people were the student? The student came from all over the country, and there are records that some were from Okinawa, that is a south place. You know Okinawa? This is the Japanese part of, but different history in Okinawa. The most of the students were monks, but lay people other than monks were given that student name of monks. That means to respect. Actually, using a monk is related to Buddhism many way, but to call the monk mean I respect you, to give me teaching many way. Even I would say 12 years old boy and girls could be a monk. Or sometimes 3 years old boy and girls could be a monk as well. Like our son, we have 5 children, and then the oldest son was a baby. We went to United States for my study in America. So we are poor student. We couldn't buy barbecue on that big stove. Instead, very small stove. We try to eat barbecue, small one, but it was not fire. For almost 1 hour, I couldn't do that. Asking my son, he was almost 3 years old, do you know how to make fire on the stove? He said, Daddy, you had better open this stove for air. Immediately, fire was bigger. And finally, we could eat small chicken. So that means if you don't have a listening ear, you won't be able to succeed to eat such barbecue. I could learn from our 3 years old son. So this is a way. Don't think you are younger, you are not capable to teach. Everybody, even we call the people with disabilities, many disabilities, people with intellectual disabilities, or with learning disabilities, or physical disabilities, or hearing impaired, or who cannot see eye. But point is, who people who cannot raise to say, help, tell me, please. But just you think you know everything, but actually you don't know about it. This is the most shameful result if you don't ask a question or if you don't share what you know. So this is a way to respect everybody, to learn each other. So don't think yourself you are only learner, but also you are teachable person. So I'll go to next slide. So you can see that were there any qualification for admission? Depending on that era, there were times when it was necessary and times when it wasn't particularly asked. I told you, right? You have to ask a question when you don't know. But before that, you have to search the things what you don't know as much as possible. Then you'll be inspired even though nobody give you answer. That is most important things, because answer is easy for Googling what you don't know. But point is, just try now or later on the Google, just 2 words in English, philosophy and gerontology, study of aging. Gerontology, gerontology. What you can find is our paper on the top, my paper. You can find my name, Ryo Takahashi, and Hiroshi Shibata on that history of gerontology, not only Japan, but also world. Who is Hiroshi Shibata? He is now 86 years old. He is living witnesses of people who are aging more than 100 years old who are living. He witnessed for that study of centenarian. So you can find what is in it by yourself instead of asking a question. So what this is a health related issue, right? Unless asking a question, you won't be able to get more advanced answer. So don't be think that you are only student, but also learners and also educators as well. And how much was the admission fee? Question, answer. It is so that he brought cross with him as a treasury. It was quite expensive at the time. What do you mean? We just think about the money to pay tuition, to get something good. We have money. Give me. Not like that. We will share what is important for my life and offering teachers at admission. Somebody bring eggs or vegetables or clothes. Maybe someone may money, but not money is the most important. And question 5 said, how much was the tuition fee? There is no record that the student paid tuition fees like this university. On the contrary, there is a record that the school provided meals and lodging. Student provide meal and lodging? We can without pay? Don't you think surprise? Usually we think that money to pay tuition, food for to pay, something pay, right? But this university, Asuka School, not only tuition, free, but also food and living are free. This way, I have a vision. This experience with you throughout the world, even throughout this university program, I can learn many from you and the university. In Japan, you can find name Kukai, who was considered as a monk, had a more than all time he had a school. No tuition fee, no fee for food and living. You can use as much as possible. You can learn anything else. Then you get growth opportunity to share with others. This is my vision. That's why I could reach to this university, International Internship University. That means this is not end, just start today to be shared from you and teachers, staffs, because they had a vision like that. They had a philosophy. With that philosophy, there is no other way to be real health internationally as well. If you don't know about cultures, because we are different countries living. We have a different cultures we are living. We have different languages, different crosses, different histories. Without knowing these things, we cannot be healthier life. That's why more than 195 countries, languages, cultures, any histories are existed. Only we can count the name countries. That's why learning of health issue is not only body's health, mental health, cultural health, and spiritual health. What is spiritual? This also may be different understanding of spirit. You can Googling in World Health Organization, but they are determine or make definition of health. Even there are argument what is spiritual health. Maybe people maybe think that the mental health and spiritual health are equal understanding. Or spiritual health is a spirit, but existed. I feel even we die, our soul are still existed. That's why we go to cemetery or tomb to pray not only God, but also our ancestors. We pray. Not only we are sad, but also somebody may believe still our spirits are existed. For example, this is the dining issue or death issue, but I can ask you a question. Do you know your name? Of course, right? But second question, do you know the name of your parents? Father and mother's name. Don't think it's a question. It is not common understanding. When I visited Bangladesh for school observing, very shining students are there. Maybe part of you may come from Bangladesh. And they come to me. We want to go to Japan for education. They are learning very well. But they said, I don't know the name of father because he was working for Rikisha. Rikisha is a bicycle, back the people, passengers, and ride down bicycle. That means between men and women with we are that they have, I'm sorry to say, sexual wife. That is lady's job. They want to do that. but there is no way to live. So they have to offer body for men. And the men also cannot get married because they cannot afford for family members. So they have to sleep on that backyard on the bicycle for long life. Because they cannot have a family. That's why children were born and they didn't know about name of fathers, who he was. So this is not common to know your father and mothers. But next question, do you know that names of grandfathers and mothers? 4. You have to know of their names. I will guess maybe 20% of among you maybe know 4 names. But final question I ask is, do you know of the name of great grandparents? You have to name 8 people, right? That means, for example, you are born when parents were 25 to 30. That means 120 years later, you may be forgotten by great grandchild. What do you think? Do you know the history? Not only your country, but also your family's history. Only you can answer. That is the most important health issue, what you can searching for. And also you can record on as family history. You can do it. So don't think about health issue is not only body's health, cultural health, but also your family's issue. Not only current family, but also in the past family. So knowing your answers will be happy life. So Ashika School, such school has kind of idea. You can read, were there any school rules? The school regulation are Gakki Sanjo established by Rodi Zae, Nori Zae, Zane, Uesugi, Kanto, Kanrei, and so on. There is a book you can find. Number 7, what was the content of the classes and timetable? I just talked to you before. I mainly studied Confucianism, which is part of that study in China philosophy, which is based on the teachings of Confucius. Since its founding, it has placed emphasis on fortune telling, and during the Warring States period, it also studies military tactics. There was no timetable as there is today. So questioning yourself is your subject. So how you can get question? That is making silence time. Especially in Japan, here is 2306 11:06 p.m. instead night, you had better wake up early. Think that people are still sleeping, waking up, and making exercise like walking or praying or pondering or keeping journals every day for reviewing yesterday what you have done. You will be not only fact, but also getting inspiration for today's schedule, what you should do, what you should write, what you should make action, like that. That is additional gift to get from early morning. Usually people may wake up the 6 a.m. will be early hour, but 4 a.m. instead of 6 a.m. Just listening the radio. For my case, every day I am listening the radio 4 a.m. in my country. The title is Word for Tomorrow. 明日への話. In Japanese, many kind of subjects giving to that talk every day. That means I have a limitation to learn from different people. If you have such mind, you may be able to increase not only knowledge, but also you become getting wisdom. Wisdom is not knowledge. Wisdom is you can use it for people's happiness, right? Why you get knowledge or wisdom? Maybe think for ourselves that this is good, okay, but more beautiful things is to serve for others. If you do choose to serve for others, you can get more wisdom what you should do, how you can serve for others, so that you may be able to get more knowledge, more languages, more wisdoms to serve for them. Depend on how much you want. My case, I don't say limitation without limitation. Forever, I want to learn. I want to be healthy forever. But because we're aging, I'm 62 years old. If you think 62 years old is aging, you are older people. But for my case, I think my aging will start from time when I will be 80 years old, 80. That will be beginning. Not think aging people. Just start to think about what is aging to share with others. So that means I have to more close to 20 years I have to learn to serve for effectively for others. Just 80 years old is not aging. What you think is aging. This is the most important health issue. Then, Ashika School, question 8. How many years did you attend school before graduating? Do you think that? Usually, university is 4 years for undergraduate and 2 years for master program and 3 years for doctoral program. But if you go to United Kingdom, they have another curriculum. You don't have to go master program. Only for 3 years, including PhD, you may get into the doctoral program. So that is different in the United States and United Kingdom, and maybe different countries may have a different idea. But this school, Ashikaga School, has no deciding. If you raise a question and get the answer within a week, okay, you go home and do yourself. That's the way. Some people may stay for 3 years or 5 years, depend on their purpose to achieve your goals. So this is the Ashika School went that. Then number 9, why did you so many students gather? Answer, they had excellent textbooks like no other and were taught by excellent teachers. There was no set numbers of years as there is now, and students were self-studying. So my idea for this class is not only listening, but also with pen, write down what you feel on a notebook every day, not only for this class, but also from now for your life. Like here, I have a journal here. You may be able to see a little bit because of the screen, but currently this journal is 102nd, 102 volume. I have written, but I may write for tomorrow morning what I have done today. Even for this opportunity at International Internship University with you, but also with you in future, because it is recorded, and you can reviewing also new friends are watching this record, what I'm talking to. Then finding out what you want to learn, gradually getting inspiration, what you're supposed to do. Little bit, write down, not only notebook or journal, but also on a paper to show with others. Like purpose for writing paper is to share with others. I can get, so share with you for new information. That's the reason why you are reading books and papers, searching and studying here, right? You want to serve for others, right? This is a way for service to gain wisdom for serving to others. So I live in Hokkaido, even called Japan, but Hokkaido is a northern island. They think instead of Okinawa is in south, Hokkaido is north island. There is different history here, Hokkaido. but it's different. There is indigenous people we call Ainu. What does it mean, Ainu? Ainu means man. Human being means Ainu. But many people don't know about. Only they know called Ainu. So this is also a health issue. Without knowing Ainu cultures, our ancestors could not live in Hokkaido because their winter actually already cold here. And we have a snowing, not like Tokyo. So if you don't know how to live in Hokkaido, you cannot live. And learning cultures and learning about music as well. I like Ainu music. You see, mukuri, tonkorori. Through music, you can learn about languages and also how to communicate. Actually, this mukuri was used as cell phone to call to boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm here from side of ocean to the next ocean by playing mukuri. But can you play mukuri in Hokkaido? No, so many. Only know the name mukuri, but they cannot play mukuri because they don't exercise. We have to exercise to use mukuri. This is the way every day we have to continuing what we are learning. And you can afterward you can learning. And this history of Meiji period, the country Japan was changed. That means you have to know that history of your country, how it has been established current country. So we learn the history, and you can Googling of that study of history as well. What do you want to learn? And my favorite and the respected people person is Tagore. He left a message for us. The sun finds the same delight in the Japanese roots as in that roots that blossoms on that Indian lake. Rabindranath Tagore, January 13, 1922. What he wanted to tell was, without any nationality, we are same human being. We can share each other. We can learn each other so that we became real human being and man together. You know who is Tagore is? He was center this person, Tagore. If you are living in India, everybody knows about Tagore. The time, 18 times he was there, Japanese people also knew about Tagore, but recently, very few Japanese people only named Tagore, but they don't know what he has done for us. I'm talking not only about India, but also for human being. That time, student was doorbell keeper for Tagore when he was visiting Andhra University in India. Every time he was observing, student was waiting outside. And he asked question, when did you go to home? Always you're there. And back central person answered, I'm always here, sir, to serve you. Ooh, always here? You don't go home? Yes, I'm serving for you. I've never seen such service. Tell me what I can do for you, Tagore said. And the student answered, please take a photo with our vice chancellors and our people, please. That's all? Yes. So that way, Tagore National University still exists in Santanigetan, did not have this photo. Only this student had treasury photo in his home. When I visited there, this photo was there, but sorry, he passed away few weeks ago when I visited. But he was so proud that I served for him. And he was famous Boy Scout master in India. So this will be closing time, this time as an introduction of this lecture. So you raise a question and put in the chat box, and I will read what you think and think about what you can write for paper. Maybe some of them may be able to put in that public paper for journals for any reason. So many people can read on your paper. So next time will be more specified about health and Tagore issue and gerontology, which is studying of aging older people, is not study from life beginning to the end for long all life study will be issue of health for next time. So I'm looking forward to share from your side with me to prepare for next time what we can do for my homework from you, not homework from me, right? You are teachers. Don't forget, you are teacher. Teacher is learner for helping service for others. So I will conclude this time for this lecture. So we're looking forward to see you for next time. So giving to the chat message, and also you can, if you can write some small beginning of the paper, also you can send me a file. So my email this time is not introducing, but you can Googling research map Ryo Takahashi. You can find my whole name, including mail address. That means Ryo Takahashi, the small thing, Ryo Takahashi, 1961 @ google.com, gmail.com. Easy. So if you can catch the email or Googling on that research map, Ryo Takahashi, you can find not only my name, but also whole writing papers you can read as well. So this time I'll finish up, then time over to another. Thank you very much.